Howdy. So, I purchased a Harley Benton guitar on eBay for about £70. I kind of wanted a Telecaster that I could modify a bit. I'm a big fan of buying cheap guitars and doing stuff to them for the lols, and I kind of fancied having a Telecaster style. So what we got here is a Harley Benton deluxe telly thing. What's it called exactly? I don't know. Doesn't say. But it's sort of like telly. We got a couple of humbuckers. These are everything's stock on it, I should say. See, these are the Roswell stock ones. I don't know what they're called, but probably on Timeman's website. Anyway, we have two humbuckers. We have a volume, a tone, a three-way switch, string through body. We have like a Tone Pro style bridge, wooden neck, and a headstock. I kind of fancy doing something a bit funky with this, so rather than just going for a typical pickup change and electronic swap out, I think I'm going to strip it down and repaint it. What colour am I going to paint it? Fluorescent yellow. I've got a black tusk nut from Graphtec, some Graphtec tusk or permanently lubricated string saddles, some black string ferrules for the top and the bottom of the body, a Wilkinson's nice black solid heavy bridge, and I have some locking tuners on order to replace that as well. In terms of pickups, I'm still deciding what to do. Maybe some sort of humbucker, and I'm thinking maybe a P90 in the neck, just to mix it up a little bit, but we'll see. Early days yet. So the guitar itself has a chip in the body already, which is here, and that's basically where I'm going to start removing the rest of the lacquer. So I can get a screwdriver under that in a minute, chip it up, and let's see where this goes. Going to do some sound samples before I start taking it apart, so let's have a listen to what it sounds like as stock. So a typical rhythm. Probably do a little bit of cleaning stuff. So bridge, neck, middle, it needs more life. Let's bring this thing to life. Let's do it. So basically, let's do this. I'm going to start taking it apart, and I'm going to start with this chip here, because this is the point of no return. So we should get a screwdriver of sorts. That'll do. You know, this is the starting point of this guitar, and once this chip comes off, I have to finish it. So bombs away. And I might have taken some of the veneer with me as well, but we gotta sand it. Right, let's do this. I've shielded for this thing before. Music Nomad, the Octopus tool. Excellent tool, absolutely fantastic. Can't recommend these enough. I like the colour coding. It's like a Seymour Duncan. Nice and easy. Cool. so that's why I chipped the veneer, but it sounded nice and smooth now. And actually you can see a little bit left to do. The battery died on the sander, but yeah, you can see on these it's actually a so it's a basswood body with an ash veneer, which is quite cool. So it gives it quite a nice, you know, in the original style when it had this sort of translucent brown finish, you could see a little bit of the wood grain. It looked a bit nicer than just your regular rolled basswood. But so none of this will matter because it's got a pretty bright yellow. The neck's been stained. I don't really know what I think of it. Kind of looks like it's smeared in poo, but it does feel pretty smooth, which is nice. So it should feel good playing as well. I'm not too sure. This looks pretty cool though. Still debating whether to just sand it all off, but I kind of like the natural sort of binding on it now. Well, natural binding-esque thing, imitation binding. Yeah, we'll see what I do with it. You can't like that. Looks pretty fucking cool. Oh, right, I'm going to carry on without the camera on. Actually, fuck it, let's leave it running. So, we've got the gloss put on there now. It's not looking too shabby, except for this bit on the bottom, but we're going to ignore that. I totally didn't drop the guitar on the floor. But what I want to do now is give it a really good polish, just to make this super shiny and nice. Then start shielding all the bits and buy some pickups to put in there. Cool, let's get going. Okay, so in terms of pickups, I wanted something a bit different, so I thought I'd have a P90 in the neck. These are Iron Gear pickups. I've not used them before, but they get really, really good reviews, so I thought I'd give one a go. And because I wanted something a little bit different, I figured I'd go for like a humbucker size P90. People kind of give these really good reviews, like I said, so let's give it a go. I mean, this thing was like £30, so if it sucks, then at least I didn't sink like £130 into a pickup. But so far, just as a quick like first impression, I like the packaging. It's quite cool. It's got a little seal of approval, or I suppose seal to show it hasn't been opened. All your information on the back about the DC resistance and the pole spacing and the magnet type, etc., which is kind of cool. So we're looking at 6.3 ohms for the resistance, Alnico 2 magnet, and obviously it's like a single coil basically. So it should give us some kind of cool neck sounds. I'm going to try, hopefully this won't fail, and spray it black to match the body. So hopefully I don't fuck it up, but at least if I do, it's only £30. And for the bridge, this is a pickup from a company that doesn't exist anymore called October Guitars. It came stock in my Annihilator model, and because I wanted to make the Annihilator model a little bit more like authentic, I put an Invader in the bridge. But this pickup itself, I think it outputs about 14k, Alnico 5 magnet if I remember correctly, and it actually sounds pretty decent. It's a pretty decent pickup, and it's been sitting in the case for like years, so I figured actually this could be kind of a good time to use it, because it's just got nice black aesthetic, black and a chrome, and it sounds good, so I figured we'd just chuck that guy in there.
All my life, I have searched for a guitar that feels a certain way. Powerful like a gorilla, yet soft and yielding like a Nerf ball. Now at last, I have found it.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the guitar designed for the average man, the Homer.
So, the Homer. So listen to how it sounds. This is a bridge pickup with a bit of crunch. Sounds kind of cool. This is the it's nice, full kind of body sound. I like it, it's good. Bridge is quite a bit hotter. So yeah, it overdrives quite nicely. In between is quite a cool mix because you get the softness of the P90 and then you can dig in and it gets a little bit harder. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I like it. Definitely, stop recording that. Definitely has a few things I would change for the next one. You know, the finish isn't perfect on it, so take this off. You definitely could have done a little bit more wet sanding, and probably another coat of the gloss matte that I went for. Some of it's really smooth and some of it's a little patchy, but I kind of like it. The action, yeah, like I said, is kind of quite a bit higher than what I'm used to, for sure. But I think I can't screw the bridge down any lower, so I'll probably just try and get like a slightly flatter bridge, and then I would just bring it down slightly. The pros of it though is it sounds cool. I like the sound of it. I think it's turned out really good. I love the headstock, the little happy accident I did with the kind of this weird kind of reveal binding-esque sort of thing on it. I think looks really cool. I do love the colour. The colour's wicked, and I really like how I've rounded the body off. So it's got this really sort of smooth, almost like Strat style top to it. So rather than having this really like flat kind of square telly, it's really sort of ergonomic, which I quite like. Yeah, what else? I probably will change the bridge pickup. It's probably a little bit too hot, I think, for what this is going to be used for, which is mainly dicking around and, you know, learning Black Flag. But overall, yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's turned out a lot better than I expected it to. I've never painted a guitar like this, so it was a learning curve, and I've definitely learned a lot from doing this. So the next project, and there will be one, will turn out quite a bit better for sure. But it really was a lot of fun. Really was a lot of fun doing this. I think if you've got, or if you just want to try, you know, modifying a guitar, buy something cheap on eBay and just fucking go to town on it, because that's the only way you're going to learn. I do get quite a lot of like comments and stuff, and people ask me how to do stuff, and I want to throw this out there. Like, I'm obviously not a professional. I'm not a professional musician. I'm not a professional luthier. I do this as a hobby. I do this for fun, and just by trying things is how I've learned. So when it comes to setting up guitars and rewiring them, I can do all that stuff because I just played with it. I would just open my guitars up and give it a go, and if it fucked up, I'd take it to the music shop and get it fixed. But I'd learn every single time, and this is exactly what this kind of job was. This is the first time I've done any real fret work, and it didn't need a huge amount. It just had a couple of the frets that were like kind of raising up, so I clamped them back down, got them back in nicely, so we don't have any of these horrible you know, catching edges, which this had before. It would catch the cloth up and down it, and it was horrible, and now it doesn't do that, which is great. So it feels a lot better when you're playing. And yeah, of course, stripping a body down and painting it was a process in and of itself. It's by no means a professional finish. I designed it to be something fun and quirky, and if it really went wrong, it doesn't matter, because it's not like I've ripped apart a Les Paul or some really expensive guitar and done it. It was something that cost me 70 quid, and it was a lot of fun to do. So thanks for watching. I would say just go for it. If you've got something you want to kind of go for guitar wise, just fuck it, give it a go. It's literally the only thing to do. Just don't do it on any really expensive things. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Any other questions, ask them in the comments. Obviously, if you've got anything, if you just want to berate me about my terrible playing, go for that as well. Most people seem to. And yeah, until next time, take care of yourself.